Yo! Video games.
So Max, how you feeling about the Switch 2 right now?
We're playing the Switch 1, dude. It's just the Switch. Like, there's. You could have fooled me. If I wasn't like privy to what's happening, I would have no clue that this experience is almost any different. Like, it's cool. I like it. I'm looking forward to like the exclusives. I'm looking forward to Duskbloods. I'm looking forward to like future games. But like,
exactly.
Is the what?
I'm looking forward to Duskbloods and future games.
How different is the Switch 2 from the Switch 1 experience? It's the same shit. Like, everything looks the same, almost. Like, the interface is all... If you weren't, like, looking at it all the time, it would be the same. I mean, this is, obviously... Old games being really expensive is something else. Like, really expensive.
Well, did you know they raised the price of the Switch 1, right?
I heard about that. Yeah, not the Switch 2, though.
No, because they're trying to mitigate that damage of the tariffs.
To the Switch 1?
So they're like, Switch 1, and they raised the price of other things. Like accessories again. Because they're basically doing everything in their power not to have to raise the Switch 2 price.
Yeah.
So I actually almost feel bad a little bit.
If you're mainly in handheld, it's significantly better. So that's probably why I never noticed, because my handheld experience with the Switch 1 and 2 is so vast, or I'm sorry, so sparse, that like the time in between is so vast. So I really don't have the necessity or need to like, you know, sit with it here. But I did try Donkey Kong a little bit with Ripley.
Yeah.
And it was great.
Yeah.
But I also tried Mario Odyssey on it, and it was great. And they really didn't seem that much different, like all things considered. And those are games with like many years apart.
I mean, you of all people could know that Bonanza could never run on the Switch.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Even though it was started on the Switch.
I get it. It's just that like those experiences by themselves aren't that much different. And it's like the diminishing returns aspect.
Right. Well, I mean that in that aspect, in a sense, though, like things haven't changed gameplay wise.
Not really. And that's what I mean.
2 or 3.
Like really, it's really PS4. Like PS3, like technologically, like there were some things that they were trying, they just weren't running well. You know, it took a long time.
But I mean, like Uncharted. Like you take any of the Uncharted games, they're not exactly like. There isn't a game in that similar genre of, say, Uncharted 2, for example, that does anything that Uncharted like couldn't do. You know what I mean? Like you also have like say like Infamous 1 and 2, and we didn't play them, but like open world games on PS4.
Sure, I played them.
Right, but I'm like saying like there hasn't been this massive gameplay leap.
Yeah.
It hasn't really been for a while, I feel. I feel like 360 was, PS3 was like the last time we had like a major, okay, this hardware is letting us do things we just can't do.
Yeah.
PS4, honestly,
it's been like 20 fucking years.
Yeah,
dude.
PS4 is honestly like, well, we can do things that the PS3 can do, but we can actually make them run smooth.
Yeah.
We can actually make it like load faster.
Yeah, I genuinely think we're still all in the PS4 generation. Of like what the PS4 was capable of producing. It's just that we're getting better.
Yeah, and 5 is like the tiniest of leaps.
What was the last great leap in video game technology as far as graphics are concerned?
Maybe HD.
I mean, literally, like the jump to Xbox 360 and PS3.
Yeah.
Like the resolution jump to actual
that really changed.
Legit 720p.
Yeah.
From like 480 because PS2 was like PS2 was like 480i.
Yeah.
For most, it was
most
fucking rough, dude.
Yeah,
Dreamcast looked better. So like the PS2 to PS3 generation, pretty massive.
Yeah.
720p is like a low resolution, but it is tolerable. Like the difference between 480 and 720 in your brain is like pretty big. Like 480 looks old.
Yeah.
Well, 720 looks pretty fucking good.
So I mean, just take even a late game like San Andreas, graphically compared to GTA 4.
Oh, it's huge.
Or Red Dead 1.
Massive.
Huge, massive, right?
Yeah, light years.
But like GTA 4 to 5 or 5 to, I mean 6 definitely looks better than.
But if you want to be real, the widest leap of visuals that I have ever experienced was the Dreamcast. Because we were playing PS1 games and shit, and N64 games. And Saturn games and shit. And then the Dreamcast came out, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, the jump was huge. Like, it felt like we made 2 console generations in a jump, you know?
I still don't believe GTA 6 is real. I think that game, they're they're not full of shit, but I think that what they're presenting to us isn't in-game as of yet. Like, I think what we're gonna get is something gonna be different from what they're showing us, and we're gonna be like, oh, that's
No, I think it'll be real.
You think?
Here's the thing. That trailer, there's several things in those trailers when you slow them down. You're like, why would you put that there if this isn't real?
Right.
Like there's a lot of fucked up clipping and weird like there's shadow bugs and all this kind of stuff.
You saw
You see it. This is rendered. This is being actively rendered. It is not done in engine rendering, which is like a cutscene.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like this is.
That game is light years.
Do you want to see?
It looks really good.
Do you want to see what over $1 billion and 1,000 people can do?
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Like it is the most frivolous spending of money on a thing that you can we could have solved world hunger or made GTA 6.
God damn, dude. That sounds awful, bro. We got GTA 6 instead of solving world hunger. What the fuck is wrong with our goddamn society? Jesus Christ, why'd you say it like that? He's not wrong, but you have to say it.
That is you couldn't have solved world hunger by making the latest, Call of Duty.
Right.
Or like Resident Evil.
Fuck!
But you could have possibly gotten pretty close with the budget of GTA 6.
But we need GTA 6 though. We're gonna save so many lives.
That's the difference of how much that game costs in comparison to any other game that's like $500 million.
I mean, honestly, Elon or Bezos or Zuckerberg, they could wake up tomorrow, they could spend all the money necessary that MIT calculated to solve world hunger. Yeah. They could do it and still be richer than everyone else still. Yeah. Wouldn't even lose their position of wealth. No. And they won't do it.
No one do it. Because it's tough.
That should make
because like the logistics of it is hard, and that's why. Because it's actually challenging, Oh, you can't just throw money at that and solve the problem.
Yeah,
but still, yes.
Yeah, they could.
100%.
100%.
If Rockstar was like, maybe we should solve world hunger instead of GTA 6, they could have.
They could have done it. All right.
That's a wild thing to think about.
Exactly. Like anything. It's not just GTA 6. I get it. It's just funny to me that.
No, it is. It is actually GTA exclusive because no game costs as much as GTA 6 costs to produce.
Yes, it is.
No game.
The pinnacle of.
It's way over $1 billion. It was $1 billion like a while ago.
The rumor is it's 2.
It's close to $2 billion.
The rumor is it's a $2 billion game.
Will we be alive when the game company decides to make a $1 trillion game?
$1 trillion
game.
I don't think you realize how far
that's a lot of money.
I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for the mother of all video games to be made with $1 trillion.
$1 trillion?
I'm waiting for it.
$1 billion is such a big number.
Hey man, inflation. That inflation's getting crazy.
$1 trillion?
It's getting crazy.
It makes me laugh.
One controller's gonna cost like $200 million.
It'll be Star Citizen.
It's Star Citizen.
That is good.
Star Citizen.
It'll be Star Citizen.
Star Citizen 2 trillion.
That's $1 trillion, bro. I'm waiting for Ready Player One. I'm waiting for that one game.
It'll be a Halo Trilinity.
Trilinity. What the fuck?
But Microsoft, you know what? Microsoft would be the one company to find a way to spend $1 trillion on a Halo game that sucks.
Yeah.
Microsoft would be the one to do that.
I mean, that's the thing, though, but I guess.
Concord 2.
Concord 2.
Well, I guess kind of that's
by
what
Microsoft.
The Switch 2 though was like. I kind of feel like. I love Monolith Soft. I'm not even gonna say I love Nintendo anymore. I don't.
Damn.
I love Monolith Soft. But I feel like Nintendo's drip feed for this console is kind of weird. And I feel like they're running into a very dangerous precedent of people want the console.
Guess what? People don't. They're on the shelves all over the place, dude. Everywhere I go, to any store, they're just on the shelves.
Switch 2?
Yeah.
See, I think they're running a dangerous gambit here. Because the rest of the economy is pretty much is circling the toilet right now as it's being flushed. Actively.
Rape.
And they're not doing a whole hell of a lot, I feel, to really, you need this system.
No.
Because it's here's Mario Party DLC. Here's Kirby DLC.
Here's Breath of the Wild running at 60.
Running at 60. Yeah. What are our 2 big holiday games are on both systems.
Yeah.
Prime 4
the ecosystem's pretty close.
Yeah, Prime 4 and Pokemon Zaza are on.
Here's the thing.
They didn't do a summer
I don't know if Prime 4 sells as good as Dread.
It may not. Well,
Dread sold good.
It'll do as good just because of the
That's what I mean.
crossplay.
Is it will do comparatively. Like, it's not going to be like Prime 4 shipping 10 million. Like, I don't know about that, dude.
They will sell 3.
They might sell 2 to 3. I think Dread is like 3 to 4 or something like that.
Dread is at 3.
It's at 3.
Yeah.
Like, that's a game that might be really good. Could be a Game of the Year contender.
Yeah.
But it's just not a game that has that kind of appeal.
It's Metroid. It just
Metroid,
it doesn't sell that well. But like even then, that and Pokemon Zaza.
Zaza.
I don't know what that is.
Zaza.
But
That's the
go
big
on.
Pokemon game for the fall.
Gotcha.
That's
Right?
Zaza.
It's on both systems.
So one just looks way better.
Yeah,
Chad, you smoking on that Zaza?
It runs way better. Just runs smooth.
Hey,
Looks
say
way
what?
better. I feel that's giving it too much credit.
Y'all smoking on that Zaza.
It's kind of like okay, like so. What is the now that Donkey Kong's here? What is your system killer app?
Donkey Kong was pretty much it, and by the time you beat Donkey Kong, you're like, yeah, it kind of is, sort of is. Yeah, it kind of is. It's good. It feels like Donkey Kong feels like it is the absolute killer app of the system when you're like playing it, when like you're first playing it, especially like for the first half of the game, and then by the time it's done, you're like, all right, cool. Like the ending is amazing. The ending's like the best part of the game.
The ending is incredible.
The ending is literally incredible. But does it end up being like, oh god, this is just the greatest of all time? No, it just means it ends up being just a really fun game.
Yeah.
Like this is just a really enjoyable. I just want to be here and smashy, you know? It's almost a little bit more like, I'd say, visceral, and not visceral in like a violence sort of way. Visceral is in like, we're just going to appeal to like the chemical endorphin in your brain of smashy, like in a way that a Mario game about like precise platforming and stuff doesn't really do. It doesn't really hit that way, you know?
Did you guys find the new the new Donkey Kong game repetitive?
Yeah, it gets a
little bit, but not really. Like in some spots.
There's a lot of They try to differentiate.
As soon as it starts to, they introduce some weird new gimmick,
Right.
which is helpful. You know. But however, in the same span of time, I was like playing Mario Odyssey with like Ripley, and I kind of like haven't played that in such a long time, and realized how good it is. KY, thank you very much, dude.
Hey-o.
And then Mario and Xenoblade were console exclusives. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to kick back on that. Here's the difference. Zelda came out day one on both, but most people had given up or sold their Wii U or just never bought it.
Yeah.
And then it was Mario Kart, but then you also had ARMS within the first few months.
Weird game, yeah.
Right, and then you
actually had a launch lineup.
right, and then you had Splatoon 2 within a few months, and that was brand new, not a port. And then you had Mario Odyssey in October, and that was brand new, not a port. Xenoblade 2 rounded out in December. It's a big exclusive RPG at the end of the year. But again, in between that, you had ARMS, you had what was the other one I said? Splatoon 2.
Yeah.
Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle,
Weird
I think,
shit.
also came out in the first year. The Mario and Rabbids like XCOM game.
Well, that's because they were having to try. Like they really.
Right, they were on their back, and this is also my
was
point
off
is
of the Wii U.
I feel like
to
Nintendo
Switch.
was
Yep.
doing a lot more in its first year to be like, all right, you need a Switch 2.
Oh, you mean you?
I'm sorry,
yeah.
you need a Switch 1.
So
Sorry.
that's the difference is that they were literally backed into a corner from the Wii U and had to offer new experiences to convince people that you didn't
Yeah.
buy the previous system, you have to buy this one. So they had to work. They had to try.
Yeah.
They don't have to try now. Everyone just bought it, dude.
And even in
everyone
that
just
first
bought it.
year, within June, what did they announce? Prime 4.
Yeah.
So like even though that was like announced, and they announced like Shin Megami Tensei 5, and
Sure.
so there's all these things that even like just beyond what was also coming out that first year on
Yeah.
the Switch One, there was a bunch of big game announcements.
Eventually.
We've got Dusk Bloods as sort of an
That
exclusive,
could be just years out.
Dust Bloods.
and it's like cool. Like what is?
Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, it's pretty obvious that the system just launched because they knew you'd buy it anyway, even though they don't have much for it, and they were kind of like, hey, true backwards compatibility this time. The Wii U you weren't backwards compatible with as
Yeah.
much, so here we go.
It's like okay, but here's Mario Kart World, here's Donkey Kong Bonanza. Mario Kart World's.
It is. It was a game.
It's almost like my complaint of not buying the system has been
Steve
validated.
really missed out.
Yeah, it's totally.
On those-
It's
on those-
almost like my complaint of not
those-
buying that system has been validated. It's weird. I know.
Controller.
I'm fine.
What's wrong with the Switch 2?
Steve didn't buy a Switch 2.
Yeah, no, but like something's wrong with it?
Nothing's
He's
wrong.
like,
They've had this entire. They're having this entire conversation.
well, no, my argument is no. Like, it's just
No, they're
not
saying
worth it.
nothing's
No,
wrong
that's
with it.
that is not what I'm saying.
I know.
No, we're saying the Switch 2 doesn't have any games on it because Nintendo doesn't need to try.
Yeah.
My
buy it
argument
anyway.
here is like I don't think Nintendo's doing. I think Nintendo might be playing this wrong. Like I know everyone's like, oh, don't the games get announced too early. I'm like, well, this is a new system. So what is on the new system, or at least coming to this new system that you need to spend $500 on?
Yeah.
That's where I'm like.
Well, I mean,
that's
so
where I'm
you
like.
wanna-
You need to be showing people more about.
You
like,
want
why-
the gimmick to really kick in, and that's the difference. Is that we finally have a Nintendo system that doesn't have a gimmick, and now it's like, so what is the thing that makes me go, oh, like it's not a mouse, it's not.
The mouse is cool, but I was never in it for the gimmick. For me, I'm just like, where are your exclusive games?
Sure.
For your
that
new
was me.
system, like,
the heart out.
well, there's Kirby Air Riders. Oh, okay, great. Liam and 10 people on planet fucking Earth
Yeah.
care about Kirby Air Riders too.
I get you.
Yeah.
You know, like, and
Damn, Liam catches strays.
But they needed to like a Smash or something. Like that's what I was saying. Like
Yeah,
they should have
but-
announced a fucking Smash Brothers or some shit like that.
I mean, like you're kind of right, and you know, like, but like their Donkey Kong is their big kind of thing. But I'm excited for the Switch too because I'm tired of all these Switch games running like
dog
ass.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and now we finally have a Switch 2 that's going to run games fantastic. And Donkey Kong, for the most part, ran really damn good for what it was, and
Yeah.
for all this stuff. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I'm excited for like, dang, now we can have.
Always,
these
that's what
games
everybody is,
because
excited
it's like,
for the future.
Yes, because I'm like, it's about time that Switch is literally kind of like catching up and running these games
Yeah.
well.
I have
And,
no buyer's remorse for the system.
No, me
I'm just
neither.
sitting here questioning, like, is your drip feed of information not having a summer direct, just doing a third-party partner direct for like Madden and FIFA, and then here's the 15-minute
Ton of
Indie
Capcom
World
stuff.
No,
you know, an
it's
Indie
not.
World a week later, but like we're not really talking about any of the first-party stuff, and I'm like, what are you doing with this system? Like,
Sure.
I don't understand. I'm once again like with Nintendo. I'm like, I'm not sure I understand your marketing.
No, I think it's pretty clear what they're doing. they knew everybody would buy it anyway.
Yeah.
Without games, they don't need to try as hard.
I don't think that's a great strategy with an
No,
with an economy on the cliff like
But
this.
that strategy lines up with literally every other business of offering you less if you pay more.
Yeah, and also
That's the way it is, and people buy it.
He'll
and
suck
that
it up.
doesn't work. Like this, like it could bite them in the butt.
It is.
like,
It is literally like arrogant Sony era.
Oh, you know
type
what?
shit.
That's what, and that's what
it was
I'm,
arrogant Disney.
That is ultimately what I'm
Remember arrogant
getting at.
Disney
That's
when-
Are we
absolutely
kind of like? Are we entering arrogant Nintendo era? Which
Dude,
might
they just
bite
shut down the fucking ability for them to run charity speedruns of Nintendo games in Japan.
Well, that would happen anyways, though.
But they just shut it down. Like
Yeah, I know.
specifically, you have to get approval from us to do
In
charities.
the worst of times, in the best of times or the worst of times, Nintendo would be doing that.
Like they would be, but like the fact that they are doing it now of all times is just perfectly representative of how insanely Disney-like they are
Yeah.
about everything. Like it's just all about the bag. Everything's about the bag. It always has been about the bag.
yeah.
Like ever since Iwata left.
Why would
you
they
know?
shut that down? Is it because they want a piece of the action or something?
No, they're saying you cannot publicly host events with our games without
charity.
without our
consent for anything.
consent.
For anything, doesn't matter.
Even though like people have been running speedruns of Nintendo games
For charity.
for charity
Yeah.
for like a very long time.
Yeah.
And now suddenly they jump in and they're like, no, stop that.
Yeah.
Like they want full control. They want to be in full control of all their IP and property, which is in their complete legal right.
Yeah.
But it's also like
Big
a
move.
giant like fart to the face of like, hey, stop trying to help kids with cancer. Whoa. Fucking Jesus. You guys could have just looked the other way and it wouldn't have had any impact on this shit.
Wouldn't have hurt you.
Like, what
Well,
the
of
hell?
course not. But this is Nintendo, and they would have done this
and you know,
anytime, good
one
or
of the-
bad.
one of the best examples of greedy, like, oh, they're fans, they're just gonna do it, is Disney's California Adventure. When they made their second park, like, oh man, we'll just make this park complete bullshit and like spend the least money possible. But they're fucking Disney fans. They're just gonna love it anyways.
Are we saying Mario Kart is bad? We're not saying Mario Kart or Donkey Kong are bad games.
They're great.
But are they like mega system sellers? Not particularly.
The problem with Mario Kart World is that like it's only 32 courses compared to the 90-something that's in Deluxe now.
No,
Total.
Disney's not closing the park.
Like total with the Battle Pass, and also the fact that that's an $80 game. Like Mario Kart World costs $80 goddamn dollars brand new, and it's like Is this game worth it? Nope.
Here's the thing. I felt that Mario Kart 8 as a game was absolutely a system seller. Just like crazy. I don't really feel personally that the new Mario Kart does enough like different. And I do obviously all like see the trick course stuff, which is the coolest part of it. But I think like the way the matchmaking works and the way you engage with the game as a multiplayer game is so similar to the exact same shit they did, because it's made by the same fucking people at Bandai Namco, right? Like I'm just engaging with this the exact same way I did back in 2014.
Let's clear up a myth here. Like with Bandai Namco Studio, they don't do the design.
No.
Like,
but all of the infrastructure for the online and how you play people is the same shit.
I would argue that's probably more Nintendo than anything.
Really?
Like they're the ones who decided it had to be shitty. You know what I mean? Like they did an update, right?
Yeah.
They did an update to allow you to do mushroom only items. The items are mushrooms only. But guess what? It's not online. You can only do that offline modes only. Why would you do that? Like, I don't think even Namco would do that. Would update a game with some feature like that and be like, but
it's not their call.
But offline only.
Yeah, that's not their call.
I'm like, the design and the structure of their online being fucking whack out of its mind is probably Nintendo. What I'm saying here is I don't think even Namco is this bad at all.
No, that's not. Switch 2 is not selling out everywhere, dude. Everywhere I go, there are just Switch 2s on the shelf. And there's not people like lining up for it. The system, it's not like the Switch 1 or the PS5 where like there's lines for fucking a year. Like every time I go to a store, there's just Switch 2s at Best Buy.
Yeah,
there's
literally
Switch 2s at Target. Literally today.
I was at Walmart.
3 weeks later, there's still Switch 2s sitting on the shelf, and I'm like, is that the same friggin' one? And they're just around. Like they're not particularly hard to find, and that is also probably because Nintendo had a full many-year strategy leading up to the launch of the system to prepare for the launch. Yeah. You know, so it's not a detriment against them. However, the ability for you to acquiesce a Switch 2, you know, is not crazy. Like, it was pretty easy for us to all get one at the start. That's because they also made it breezier. But like the demand of it, like the hard demand of it, granted it sold amazing already, doesn't feel like it's nearly as high. It just
it doesn't feel like a PS3 or the other one.
Doesn't feel like we're sitting here like literally waiting in lines after lines.
I mean, I'm happy that they actually went for once. We're like, let's make a shit ton of supply. Like, let's.
And again, like, but that lack of like inherent and immediate like demand, like even a month to 2 months, 3 months later, does make it feel just kind of like, all right, it's a Switch again.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's more just kind of like, why are you holding back so much on your like. Your system sellers, your core
Nintendo,
whatever.
They had a diamond.
What's the game that would sell the system right now? What's the big game? What's the it game?
A Mario game, Smash Brothers.
No, come on, Kenny. It's Animal Crossing, man. They could literally put out a teaser for a new Animal Crossing, and that is going to get tens of millions.
Everyone says Smash or Zelda. Those are the two big boys.
Smash, Zelda, Mario, Animal Crossing.
Right. So
Smash Ultimate 2 would be
that's just like the easy stuff. But like I'm saying, you should have stuff that also gets people talking. That isn't a known, because you gotta have like in your Clarence Spear moment, you know, where it's like, what is this? This looks amazing. Sure. Duskbloods was like a new IP. Absolutely. That was a really good call. Yeah. It's just they saw their highest success ever with the Switch, but they're not repeating that. That's what I'm getting at here. It's like they're not their own playbook. They have their own history to look back on and go, what was successful, what worked and what didn't with the Wii U.
Well, they had to spend money on R&D and like studio engagement and everything to make those games happen because they had to work hard.
Yeah.
You don't work harder when you make more money. You do less work and you make more money. You do less work and you charge more and you make more money. That's just the way things work. That is the shrinkflation. That is the enchinification of everything. They are just lining up with the way all businesses are.
Well, sure.
And it's fucking pretty painfully clear when you launch a system that almost has no games on it.
I never waited overnight for any system, bro.
But you also have to know that they have they absolutely have shit in the wings. Like there is stuff being actively worked on.
Did that for PS3 because I was hustling.
That is definitely going to drive sales of the system that they're not talking about. Because they're waiting
Oh yeah.
They're literally just waiting.
They're probably waiting to like spread it out over time.
Spread it out or whatever, and it's kind of like, I feel they're running. I think I'm not saying Nintendo's doomed. I'm saying they're running a dangerous gambit this year. Because this year in particular is a very weird year for economy and tariff.
Well, it ain't gonna be the Wii U all over again. That's for sure.
No, it was never going to be. But I mean, they're running a dangerous gambit of like, if they get to say next spring, and interest sort of wanes on the desire for the system because what was their big holiday push? Pokemon and Metroid, which are on the Switch One, which 155 million people own one.
Mm-hmm.
So there might just be this sort of people in chat are already saying it all night long that it's a Switch Pro, it's just a Pro. I'm glad I didn't get one. Blah blah blah. No one is, other than Donkey Kong, no one was like has been like enthralled by the Switch 2 as this
because the Switch 2 is the most iPhone upgrade of any video game system ever.
Right?
Next to a PS4, PS5 Pro.
Now, under the hood, there's a lot more going on in there.
Sure, but they like almost chose to.
But they're like almost willingly ignoring it. Almost.
Yeah, like specifically dedicating huge amounts of hardware to stuff. Yeah. That is like, well, you chose to use all of this like chat shit that's obviously gonna use a bunch of resources.
And the other weird thing too is that they've openly admitted it. Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong started on Switch 1.
Probably, yeah.
And they even showed pictures of them.
Sure. And like I said, they started on Switch 1, but I'm going back to my thing where it's like, finally these games are running at a good frame rate.
Don't get me wrong,
I'm tired
it's great.
of Switch 1 and these games coming and they're just these terrible frame rates, and I'm like, come on, man, we just gotta move this.
Phones run games.
Yeah,
better,
like
yeah.
iPhones run better. We just gotta get this stuff at 60 or at least a solid 30 for some crazy stuff.